Ladies and gentlemen, greetings and welcome to Comcast Channel 15, the Pride of the Valley, as we are about ready to tip off the Division I High School Boys Western Mass Final. Two Springfield schools competing for it here in the 2011-2012 season. In the black and white, the Golden Eagles of Central High School, and in the red and white, the Red Raiders of Springfield Commerce High School. I am Scott Harris for Media One Television, and we are on the campus of the University of Massachusetts inside the storied halls of the Curry-Hicks Cage. It's going to be a fantastic game here as we have already watched both of these teams climb to this point. The Springfield Central Golden Eagles doing it with only one loss during the regular season, and they got by the Terriers of West Springfield High School to get here. And a fantastic game by Commerce where it took double overtime to get by the Chickadee Pacers to find themselves on this stage. We are now prepared for the tip-off. Going to be a good one. Springfield Mayor Dominic Sarno in the house tonight, and it's going to be interesting to see who he roots for with both of these teams representing the city of Holmes and the birthplace of basketball. But I should note that Mayor Dominic Sarno is an alum of Springfield Commerce High School. Springfield Central winning the tip, feeding it down low, and a turnover quickly into the hands of the Commerce Red Raiders. Both of these teams, no strangers to both Western Mass Championships and state championships. The long shot for the Red Raiders off the mark. Commerce, by the way, is coached by Gary Mendel, and Springfield Central High School is coached by Mike Labrie. Javon McMillan down low was looking for the feed off the pick, didn't get it. Right there, might have gotten away with an over-the-back call. Although the 6'7" senior center, he's going to win most of those down low as long as he gets initial position. Alex Lopez bringing the ball in for Central, and now will bring the ball up the court, quickly flipping it up, and on the drive, tries to pass it down low, and McMillan will get the rebound, and here come the Golden Eagles. Kamari Robinson off the glass, count the basket, and Central's on the board. Nearly picked off, but Commerce does get it across midcourt, but a blocking foul will go against Central High School's Chris Profit, his first. The rivalry between these two schools goes back longer than the 26-year history of Springfield Central, back to when it was the other public school Classical. Yes, I know some of you remember when. Although Central High School, when formed here as a high school, taking over for Classical around Blunt Park and Roosevelt Avenue and Bay Streets, they were quickly put on the sports map because then we had Travis Best heading the course in a year where he took them to championship supremacy. The shot by Central up high, off the clock, out of bounds, but then Central quickly getting the ball back. Kamari Robinson shot off the mark, and the putback by Tyrell Springer, no good, but he's fouled. That foul is going to go against number 24, Anthony Smith, his first, team first, and it will send Terrell Springer to the line, shooting 2 shots. Both of these teams playing their quarterfinal matches at American International College in Springfield, and the winner of this match will return to Springfield for the sectional against the Central Mass champions, and that'll take place at the Massachusetts Mutual Center, State Street and Main in downtown Springfield. And then the winner of that will move on to the state championship 1 week later at the DCU Center in Worcester. Pushing foul. That foul called against number 32 of Commerce, Jamie Cintron, his first and the second on the team. George Miller, the voice of the University of Massachusetts Athletics, the basketball program, is taking care of the public address announcing here at center court at the Curry-Hicks cage. Javon McMillan's turnaround, no good. And it looks like that rebound was pulled down by Shadir Thompson. Driving the lane and fouled on the way to the basket. Jose Velasquez, his first personal foul. Chris Profit, 2 shots from the line for Central. Our camera position is set up on the side of the Commerce Red Raider fans. So there is no doubt that some of what you will hear will reflect that. And Central continues to stretch their lead. Commerce looking to respond. That pass intercepted by Chris Profit. And he's fouled. He'll get the basket, and he's going to the line to try to complete the three-point play. So Cintron, Jamie Cintron, picking up 2 personal fouls early, and a timeout called by Coach Gary Mendel and the Commerce Red Raiders. Talked about his honor, Mayor Dominic Sarner. You see him there for a flash second, the upper left-hand corner of the screen. A look inside the Central High School timeout. Just a reminder to all of you that you'll be able to catch the archive broadcast of this event by looking for the YouTube link via Media One Television on Facebook. So far in this game, we are about 3 minutes and 15 seconds in, and Commerce yet to get on the board. Unable to complete the three-point play, a 7-0 lead now for Springfield Central. Alex Lopez at the point, drives, and takes it all on his own, and he gets the first basket, and the drought is over. 7-2 Central. Penetrate, kicking it out. Lee Turner head fakes, and that's got to go down as a double dribble. Nope, they're going to call it a jump ball, but the possession arrow is going to return possession to the Commerce Red Raiders. Commerce at this stage of the game playing defense man-to-man. Central High School goes with a 3-2 zone. Tyrell Springer, that'll be his first foul in the game. The 6'2 senior guard. A foul on the floor that'll send Commerce to the line. At the line, shooting for Commerce, number 34, Shadir Thompson. Five points still the difference in the game. We are halfway through the first quarter. 0 for 2 from the line. Commerce will get another chance. Ball touched out of bounds by Trevor Bacon. Lopez goes deep outside to Thompson. And now coming inside before dishing off. Very nice move. The basket by Antonio Cruzado off the assist by Anthony Smith. From downtown, Tyrell Springer for three. (10-4) the score. Central. Stolen away by Commerce, driving, and a nice move to control the ball through the double defenders. The basket, Anthony Smith. This, one of the most awaited games here. Our coverage on Media One Television of high school athletics here in the region. Two Springfield schools battling for the Western Mass Championship. And look at the momentum changing in the direction of the Commerce Red Raiders. Alex Lopez drops the three. Trailing 7-0. And now the Commerce Red Raiders trailing by just 3 points. Another three-point basket rattles home for Alex Lopez. We're all tied at 10. An incredible exhibition now by Commerce to show why they are in the Western Mass Regional Final. Rebound controlled. Lopez across the timeline at center court. They work it. Forced out of bounds off the sideline. And Lee Turner, I believe this will be a Commerce inbound. Yes, Lee Turner touched the ball out of bounds for Central. And with inside a minute to play in the game and even less time on the shot clock, Commerce will inbound. A warning to the Central players to check in at the center of the table. Kevin Johnson will step on the floor for Central. Lopez drives, unlucky, 48 seconds on the clock. Shadir Thompson will get called for the personal for Commerce. All tied at 10 as these teams look to close the first quarter. Commerce will get one more possession. A little pick. In off the glass, rolls around and down. Chris Profit. Foul before the shot. Lopez will go to the line shooting 1-1. Shaquille Kennard picking up his first personal. Springer, Profit, Kennard, and Javon McMillan all with one in the first quarter. And he hits them both. 14-12. Substitution. Javon McMillan returning for the final seconds to help the offense. 18.5 seconds to go in the first quarter. Commerce, after trailing early 7-0, now up by 2. Traveling with 3.9 seconds. You know, Central Commerce really doesn't have to force here, but they huck it up anyway. It was online. Final buzzer did not sound. Now it's interesting that they are calling this ball out of bounds where it went out. I guess that makes sense because he was already on the floor. If that was an inbound pass from that point, Central would have gotten the ball back right from where it was thrown up, but he was already on the floor, so he will bring it in from where it came out. Does not have the distance off the bounce, however. I guess that still counts. If he releases it in time, it bounces off the floor, up off the glass, and in. You would count the basket. We get ready to roll into the second quarter of play. At the end of one, it is 14-12. Commerce coming back. Maybe in the first quarter, a little too early to have concern when they were out trailing 7-0 early. But it was the long distance field goals of Alex Lopez that really allowed Commerce to get back in it. One of two. Kamari Robinson shooting one. And we are once again tied at 14. Central getting away with the no call. And the putback now gives the 2-point lead to Central, 16-14. Field goal by Kamari Robinson. Alex Lopez missing from outside. Fouled on the way to the basket. Taking out the photog. Our friend Ed Cohen on the case. Kurt T to his left. Kurt T, a veteran radio broadcaster here in the market. Good to see him out enjoying the game here this afternoon. And off the foul at the line, shooting 2 shots. That is Tyrell Springer. He hits the first. A 3-point lead now, 17-14 Central. Short of the rim, and the rebound controlled forcibly by Commerce. A 3-pointer to tie, short. Central rebound, pushing it up. 2 against 1, out of control. However, saved inbounds. No. Although a great offensive effort by Shaquille Kennard, he's called for stepping on the baseline. Commerce will get the ball back. 7 minutes in the second quarter and a fresh 30-second shot clock. The full court defensive pressure by Central. A non-call against the baseline. And a 3-point basket. So Kennard continuing to show his efforts offensively after making the save or the attempted save on the baseline. He then is part of the defensive pressure that forces the turnover and then comes up with the loose ball and hits the 3, and that extends the Central lead 20-14. So after leading by 2 at the end of the first quarter, the second quarter just 60 seconds into it, and Commerce goes on an 8-0 run. 1 minute and 15 seconds. Again, Central opening up the second quarter, scoring every point, and they still have the basketball. A long Central rebound. Fakes the pass to the right, dishes it down low to the left, unlucky off the glass, and there will be a jump ball, Central. Arrow going to Commerce, so it'll change over. A little bit of a frenzy there. The tight pressure stole it away. And that will come down as a breakaway foul. That will be called. Jamie Cintron is wearing the number 32 in this game. Tyrell Springer will shoot 2, and then Central will get the ball back. So 1 of 2 on the intentional foul for Springer. A 9-0 run to open the second quarter for Central. They could make it 12 with a tray. Cornelius Tyson. Into the hands of Shaquille Kennard. Back to Tyson. Off the far side of the iron. And it looks like Javon McMillan will get called for the foul, maybe pushing off in the back for the rebound or over the back. Last touch, Central. Cornelius Tyson really in there doing his work. Out of the double team, and then Lopez splits the middle. Oh, a 3 against 1 situation not taken advantage of, and now Central is back in full numbers. The reach foul called. Springer gets called for his second personal foul, trying to reach to make the steal. Good second effort. The putback and the basket. Shadir Thompson. Tyrell Springer, crossover dribble into the lane, kicks it outside. Alex Lopez defensively losing his feet, slips to the floor, but on the short shot, the rebound, Commerce going coast to coast, but Cornelius Tyson hustling back defensively, blocks the ball out of bounds with 26 seconds left on the shot clock and a little more than 5 minutes left in the first half. That definitely exciting the fans in the stands here at the Curry-Hicks cage at UMass. 21-16, stolen away now by Central. The behind the back pass, up and off the glass, no good. And then the foul call, it's going to come late as Cornelius Tyson crashes the lane for the offensive rebound. He'll get called for the charge. And the turnover will go to Commerce High School. That's the second personal foul in the first half against Cornelius Tyson as Central continues with the hard pressure across the timeline. Off the glass, he'll get the hoop in the arm, going to the line to shoot one. Javon McMillan is called for his third personal. And at the line, shooting one, Shadir Thompson, trying to complete the three-point play and close the gap to within three. (21-18), Central. Holding call on the floor. Antonio Cruzado called for his first personal in the game, number 35 for Commerce. And Chris Profit is at the line for Central, shooting two. Actually, when I described that as being the foul called on the floor before the shot, no, fact is he was just fouled twice on his way to the basket. Hits one for two. 22-18 Central. Touched out of bounds by Commerce. It will stay with Central. Lee Turner returning into the game for Central High School, as is number 10, that is Kevin Johnson for the Golden Eagles. It'll stay Central ball as the no-look reverse shot by Chris Profit did not land. Springer kicking it way outside. Turner down low now. Again, that buck move by Javon McMillan. Cruzado, number 35 for Commerce, picking up another personal. The 6-foot junior forward for the Red Raiders. Chris Profit at the line. 23-18 Central. A 6-point lead now. Near traveling call. He gets out of the double team, tight ropes the line. 3-on-1, 3-on-2, decides to go all the way, but he is fouled in the lane. Shadir Thompson will go to the line shooting 2 shots. And the 4th personal foul in the first half on Javon McMillan. Trevor Bacon has checked in for the Central High School Golden Eagles, replacing Javon McMillan. Thompson 0 for 2 from the charity stripe, and the lead for Central is still 6. No call. Central the rebound. Pushing it up, too much gas. Four minutes and 9 seconds in the first half. Central with a 6-point lead. Akeem Stewart checks in for the Red Raiders. Lee Turner shot long, bounces high. Trevor Bacon picking up the foul for Central. And that will bring a 1-and-1. So Commerce in the bonus for the rest of the half. Kamari Robinson comes into the game for Central, replacing Trevor Bacon. Misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Commerce with a chance at the rebound. Jump ball is called, and it's Central ball. You're watching Media One television coverage of high school athletics here in Western Massachusetts. This is the sectional final between Springfield Central High School for 3 points. Tyrell Springer. And as they try to convert, come up in the other direction. Alex Lopez losing control, side out, and back into Central's hands. 27-18, the difference for the Golden Eagles is 9. Hike. Rolls off the right side, the Red Raiders with the rebound. Lopez pushing it up fast, and now setting it up. Lee Turner smothering on defense right now. Man to man with the spy on Alex Lopez. Pinballing Lopez for 3. Count the basket. (28-21). 2.5 minutes, first half. Lee Turner. Foul going up. The hoop and the harm. He's going to the line. Corey Wilson, 5'7" junior guard, number 15, called for the foul. Gary Mendel putting his reserves in to round out the first half. Keep his starters out of foul trouble. He's going to need them in the second. Down by 9. Lee Turner can make it 10 with this shot. 31-21 Central. Nice. Blocked off against the glass. Tyrell Springer with the defensive stop, and he's pushing it up now offensively. Lee Turner all by himself, and it rattles off the rim, but up skying for the putback. Count the basket for Central. Up by 12 points now. Although that shot by Lopez keeps it a 10-point game, 33-23. (32-23) officially. So the lead for Central is 9. That ball shot out of there hard, but Commerce able to keep it. Lopez. Jump ball, that's a good call. That's a good call. Chris Profit about to get emotional, thought he was getting tagged for the foul, but he did a very good job of palming his hand on that basketball as Lopez tried to swing it up into the middle to go up for a shot. Good defensive play, but even a better call by the referee. 17 seconds to shoot. Commerce under their own basket. Lopez stops and pops off the right side. Tell you, that looked to be last touched by Central. But instead, they will get the ball. Final 60 seconds, 20 seconds here on the Central clock. Commerce will get a chance to get the ball back before the end of the first half. And that double dribble was finally called against Cornelius Tyson, but there was a few mishandles of the basketball, quite honestly, before everything just came to calm. And look at that, unselfish to put the hammer down. Show and tell, Kamari Robinson from Chris Profit. Too much gas on that. He has to put a couple points on the board before the first half winds down. (34-23) now. Central surely looking to play for the last shot. 10 seconds now. 5. And will not get off a good shot before the buzzer. And that is the first half with the end of 16 minutes complete, with the Springfield Central High School Golden Eagles leading the Red Raiders of Commerce by a score of 34-23.